All right, so don't write this down. Let's start off with an example here. Let's say I asked you to add 17 years plus 0.0003 years. What would the answer be? Wrong. Yes, absolutely. Now, why do I say that? Why do I tell this wrong? So, somebody raise your hand. Deja, how old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 16.
All right, that's not helping me. Somebody who's 17, raise your hand. There you go. What's your name? Peyton, right? So, Peyton, you're 17, right? Okay, so if I asked you tomorrow how old were you, what would you say?
17.
If I asked you 2 days from now, what would you say?
17.
Right, so just because a day or two passed, she's still going to say she's 17 years old. And one of the reasons she's not going to say 17 years and a day tomorrow is because today's not her birthday, is it?
No.
Okay, good. So she's not exactly 17 years old right now, right? She was exactly 17 years old on her birthday, the hour and the minute she was born to the second. That's exactly when she was 17 years old. And if she said that, if she said, you know, at this very second, I'm 17.000000 years, this is exactly when I was born, then I could add a day to that and that'd be fine. But today, you know, she's not 17. She's 17 point, I don't know, what month is your birthday?
July.
July, so it's August, September. All right, don't get all excited, calm down. So that was about 2 months ago, right? 2 months is about a sixth of a year, so she's maybe 17.16 and, you know, whatever, 752. And these numbers here are probably changing every hour, right? So that's her age. And if I add 1 day to that, then maybe this number or this number changes. So since our answer wasn't very accurate to begin with, right, this only has 2 significant figures, we can't add this tiny amount, which is about 1 day to it, because our answer wasn't accurate to the nearest day to begin with. Unless she gives us the exact amount to the nearest day, we can't add days to it. And so that's what we're going to learn about today, how to add numbers and then round our answer correctly. And for this one, we're just going to round the answer to 17 years because she's still going to be 17 tomorrow, according to at least the 2 significant figures. All right. So, let's talk about this. This will be addition and subtraction.
Write this down.
Yes, write this. With sig figs. Okay, so here are the rules for addition and subtraction. Number 1, and off to the side I'm going to put an example, so maybe you have a little bit of space on the side there. So 1, underline underline the sig fig farthest to the right. In each number.
Do you write out notes for each class?
Yes, but it's the same all day. I just have college prep chemistry all day, so it doesn't really change.
Don't you get like sick of it?
No, actually, I really enjoy it.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. Okay. Choose. So actually, before I continue here, let me write the example over here so you know what I'm talking about. So forget that. I'll go off to the side here. So let's say we have 2 numbers we're adding together. This would be 136.802 plus 27.4. And you have to line these up like your first grade addition where you're putting the numbers under each other. Otherwise you won't be able to do it with, when you're rounding and considering sig figs. Okay, so for the top number, what's the farthest sig fig? 2. For the bottom number, 4. So there we go. So then choose the one farthest left of those 2. So out of the 2 that we underlined, we got to pick the one that's farthest to the left. And this is where we're going to round our answer. So for 3, I'll just put round there. Okay, so let's go ahead and add these up. 0, 2, 2, 4, and 6, 1, right? So there's our answer. And so out of these two, the 4 is the one that's farther left. It's the less accurate of the two in terms of decimal places. This is called the 1,000th place, and this is called the 1/10th place. So that's where we're going to round our answer, to the 1/10th place. So the number that you underline, that's the one that's either going to stay the same or it's going to go up by 1 when you round. The numbers after it will become zeros, or if it's after the decimal, you throw them out. So we're just going to round this to 164.2. So the 2 is the number that we round. It stays a 2 because this is less than a 5. That's it. And remember, we're doing this because we don't want to incorrectly assert that there's more accuracy than there really is. Our answer can't be more accurate than the information we used to find it. Let's do another problem. So let's say we have, I should write some more down, 360 plus 117. Okay. So for the top number, the farthest right sig fig is the 6. For the bottom number, it's the 7. So now we just add these numbers up. 477. So what number is going to get rounded?
The middle 7.
This one here. Yep, the middle 7. Because this is the choice out of the two that's further to the left. So between this and this, it's got to be this one. So that's the one we're rounding. So what's our answer going to be? 480, right? Because the number after it's bigger than 5, so this goes up by 1. All right, let's do 1 with subtraction. It's basically the same thing. We'll do it anyway. Let's do 7,060 minus 2,500. Okay, so we subtract. I can't do subtraction the right way, so we'll just do it that way, cheap. That's right, right?
No, 5.
No, you could.
No, that's right.
25, 60. Yeah, so why don't you just plug it into your calculator?
Take away from the 7.
No, wait, no, it's.
Okay, so let's underline these two numbers. And which of the two is further to the left?
5.
You're still arguing about the value? Does everybody agree with this? Or?
Who's got the calculator for you right now?
Okay, listen, if I did 7,000 minus 2,000, I'd have 5,000, right? And then if I took away more, I'd have less than 5,000, right? All right. Maybe I should have started before fractions. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Okay. Anyway, that's the number we're going to round, because out of these two choices, the one that's farther to the left is the 5. So this is the place that's getting rounded. So what's my answer going to be? 4,600. It's either got to stay the same or go up by 1. And since the number up after it's a 5 or higher, it's got to go up by 1. So it's 4,600. What's up? All right. Okay. So that's enough for addition and subtraction. Now let's do multiplication and division. Everybody's got this stuff down, right? Any erase here?
Yeah.
You do the smart board.
Huh?
You do the smart board.
I used to have one, but I hate it. I like markers better. Can you shut that door for me?
Wouldn't it be easier to type everything and just show it each class?
Yeah, but see, here's the deal. If I have like the stuff already printed up, students won't write it down. But if I write it one sentence at a time, they'll write it.
Well, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about just getting a PowerPoint and then write it down.
Students hate PowerPoints. You'll see. I got a few PowerPoints. You'll see how many people will complain when I do it.
Maybe
Those
you're
boring.
You're just boring. All right. Complainer, right?
Yeah.
Multiplication, division. All right, so the rules are completely different for these two. With addition and subtraction, it's the decimal place that matters, where it is relative to the decimal. With multiplication and division, it's only the number of significant figures in each number that matters. So here we go. Number one, count, has a U in it, count the number of sig figs in each number. Sure, if there's an English teacher here, they'd be mad that I'm using the word number in two different ways. All right, so let's look at an example. Let's say we have, we don't have any examples written down. Let's say we got 127 times, let's do 11. Okay, so there's our thing. So for the top number, how many sig figs? And the bottom number? No. Okay. So then, 2, round answer to the lower number of sig figs. All right, so 127 times 11, that'd be 1270 plus 127, what's that? Be like 1397? What's this come out to? Is that right?
You're wrong.
No, I think I'm right.
You're wrong.
Come on, somebody plug it in.
Yeah, you're
Okay, thank you. Okay, so 3 and 2. So the lower choice is 2, so this is the one we're going with. So it's got to be 1, 2, first 2. So this is the number that's getting rounded here, the 3. So what's the value going to be? 1,400, right? 1,400. Remember, if this 9 was less than 5, then it would be 1,300.
Wait, why did, 3? The second is 9.
So out of these two choices, this has 3 sig figs and this has 2 sig figs.
Okay.
So I have to round this number so my answer has 2 sig figs. If I did the 9, then I'd be putting 3 sig figs in my answer. Else. All right. Let's do one more multiplication. Let's do 102 times 330. Okay. So, top number is how many sig figs?
2. Oh, 2.
Yeah, the zero is in between significant figures and significant, so that's 3. Bottom number? 2. So how many does our answer have to have? 2. So what's the answer? 33,000. The number after this 3 is a 0, so it stays at 3. Don't round this and call the answer 33, right? So I gotta put the zeros in. Can I do one division problem? Okay. Let's do 400 divided by 27.
That's a divided by 5.
Yeah, fraction is divided by. Okay. What's that come out to?
What is that, 17?
27. That was a 2. It was meant to be a 2.
I'm
All right.
not good now.
What's the answer?
14.814.
14.814. Anything after that?
Yeah, it's repeating.
Repeating the 4 or repeating all of it?
All.
814?
Yeah.
814? I don't like the repeat sign. Let's get over there and use that. That's only for math people. Okay, so how many sig figs in the top number? How many in the bottom number? How many does your answer have to have?
2.
1. Lower choice. Always the lower. Whatever the least accurate piece of information is, that's how accurate your answer is. So what's our answer? 10. 10. 14 has 2 sig figs. Our answer can only have 1. So it's 10. If the answer was 15 or higher, you'd round to 20. All right. Questions? Should I do more?
Yeah.
Okay. You want another multiplication or another division?
Division.
All right. 4,040 divided by 21.72. The answer should be like 20 something. What's the answer? You should have a calculator out by now.
Can I get my
It
phone
should
out?
be what?
Nope.
It's
Just stand right in front of her.
186.00368.
186?
Yeah.
4003632.
No. Yeah, okay. All right. 186?
Yeah.
Okay. So what?
0036832.
8.
Are we gonna have to like write these out if we out of the test or something?
Well, the whole point is that you shouldn't really, right? I mean, we know that after this, it's definitely not going to be more than 4 because everyone even has more than 4 digits. All right. So how many sig figs?
3.
3, right? All but this last 0. These are all significant. How many here? 4. How many is your answer yet? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the answer?
186.
Right, but to indicate that there's 4 sig figs in the answer, we should write 186. Why don't you guys let me do that? Should be 3 sig figs in the answer. Thank you. 3 sig figs in the answer. 186. All right. There we go. If there was, we would put 0.0 into this. Good? You want to do another one?
Yes.
Yes, wanna do one more?
Do 100 more. I got all day.
No, one more.
All right, multiplication or division?
Surprise it.
47.5 times 1,200.
It's 57.
Exactly?
Yeah.
That's weird. Oh. All right, whatever. How many on the top one?
3.
How many on the top and bottom one? How many does the answer need?
2.
What's the answer?
57.
Yeah. Don't change anything. That was disappointing. You think like that would have been, I don't know. Whatever. All right, I think you guys get the point. I'm gonna stop here, but I'll walk around and help you if you need it.